Easter is almost upon us, which means I've decided to torture myself by watching a terrible Easter-based horror movie. For some reason, Easter has always felt like a neglected holiday in the horror universe. While there have been plenty of high-profile horror movies about Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, which is a shame because the Easter Bunny is creepy as f***. Have you seen those retro Easter Bunny photos? Okay, who in their right mind ever thought this was cute? So I went looking for Easter horror movies, and one movie in particular caught my eye. Something called Easter Holocaust. Why this movie? It's Easter once again, and a demonic form of the Easter Bunny has risen to wreak havoc upon a small town. The local population quickly begins to dwindle as it murders everyone in its bloody path. One by one, the hearts of its victims are torn out and collected in a basket to feast upon. Soon, the surviving townspeople realize that they must destroy the creature before it completes its Easter Holocaust and brings about the apocalypse. Well, that sounds pretty cool, and the poster is admittedly kinda badass. So why does this movie only have a 2.4 rating on IMDb? And more importantly, why is this movie's runtime 2 hours and 16 minutes? When I do these sorts of videos, I'm used to movies like Sharkula, which was an hour and 11 minutes. So 2 hours and 16 minutes is kind of insane. For context, that's longer than most Marvel movies. It's longer than 62 of the 96 Academy Award Best Picture winners. So yeah, I was morbidly curious, how the hell do you make a 2 hour and 16 minute horror movie about a killer Easter Bunny? So the movie begins with this couple, Noah and Holly, who are parked in the woods with their infant daughter because it's the only way they can get her to sleep.
Maybe we should just lock the doors and doze off for a little bit. So quiet, so peaceful.
When a news report comes on talking about a nearby murder.
Claimed that the man's heart was torn out, missing.
I love that these actors took wildly different approaches to this scene.
And that there were large creature-like footprints.
But of course, the Easter Bunny shows up and grabs Holly out of the car. We see the Easter Bunny demon for the first time and...
Please don't kill me.
It's not even one of the creepy versions of the costume. They literally found one of the least menacing Easter Bunny costumes out there and just threw green monster hands on it. We're just 3 minutes into this 136-minute movie and I'm already annoyed. So Noah goes for the rescue.
Holly, get out of here! Go get the baby!
No, I can't leave you. He'll kill you.
Oh, good to know she has your back. Well, the thought was there. Holly runs back to the car and the baby is gone. So then, we cut to a mysterious government institute where we meet our main character, Natalia. This whole segment of the movie is clearly inspired by the first season of Stranger Things. Much like Eleven from Stranger Things, Natalia is a female lead character with no memory of her past, who has telekinetic powers and visions, who's being held in a secure facility by shady government agents.
Sorry, Dr. Clark, and one isn't going anywhere. Not until the experiment is fully completed.
Natalia is a young, beautiful woman with her whole future ahead of her.
Except, instead of a mute little girl, Natalia is a woman in her 40s with a thick Louisiana accent?
Take a deep breath.
Stop telling me what to do.
However, there is a creepy little girl at the Institute named Amy.
Amy!
Happy Easter.
Who we'll learn a little bit more about later. So the government wants to use Natalia's abilities to track down the Easter Bunny, but her doctor, Karen, isn't thrilled with this idea.
Using a remote viewing to study and track an urban legend? That's for the good of our country? Really?
Finding the creature is an issue of national security.
So they show Natalia the obituary for Noah, and she gets some sort of psychic connection to it. So the agents tell Karen to take Natalia out of the Institute to Noah's funeral.
You said you felt a connection to Noah. The only way we'll know for sure is if we go in there.
At the funeral, we meet Noah's sister Alice and her boyfriend Max, who's the town sheriff.
I just don't want to be a burden to you. And I know that you're needed at the station to help organize the search for the baby.
Listen, my number one priority is to be here with you.
Yeah, who cares about some stupid missing baby? Alice sees Natalia and Karen at the funeral and immediately acts like a lunatic.
Who are those people?
Who?
Over there. I've never seen them before. I don't want them near my brother.
Natalia gets a vision.
I see it all. And this creature, he done take the baby. What?
But Sheriff Max goes to kick Natalia and Karen out of the funeral, and things escalate.
Wait, I can help you.
All right, that's it. You have the right to remain silent. Anything
Max,
that
are
you
you
say
sure this
can
is
and will be
really
used against
necessary?
you in a court of law.
I love this random dude in the background while this is all going on. Like, he's completely chill as this random woman pistol whips the town sheriff at a funeral. Just paying my respects. None of my business. And inversely, you have this woman who
You know that, don't you? Baby.
vomits into her purse for some reason.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to hunt you down like an animal, and I'm going to kill you.
Okay, that seems a little excessive. Natalia and Karen escape and decide to split up for some reason. The government agents show up at the church. Natalia escapes through the woods and comes across this antique store that also sells ammo. When she goes inside, she tries to steal this box with a few shotgun shells in it, for her pistol. But the shop owner shows up.
How did you know? You're...
Professor Byers, and yes, I am blind. There's a lot I can see without the use of my eyes.
This professor just happens to be an expert on the creature.
As you can see, I have compiled a vast collection of evidence to support its existence.
So a bit later, Natalia gets a haircut, meaning they just allowed her to take that dumb wig off. And the professor tells her about this magical book he just happens to own.
It's the Devil's Bible.
How come you're touching an evil book like you're in love with it or something?
Because I am. A person that is sexually or romantically attracted to inanimate objects.
Oh, cool. He has sex with his books. This is how I chose to celebrate Easter.
You're telling me I gotta hunt down and kill the Easter Bunny?
Okay, so we're a little over 20 minutes into the movie at this point. We've been introduced to a telekinetic leading lady, a demon expert professor, some X-Files agents, a vengeful sheriff and his grieving girlfriend, a missing baby, and a creepy little girl. Surely, this is more than enough characters and subplots to fill up a silly horror movie about a homicidal Easter bunny. And if you agreed with that, you are clearly not the director of Easter Holocaust, because we're only halfway through introducing people. We cut to the Four Corners Cafe, where grieving sister Alice works as a waitress. Sheriff Max is there, and he's made up these wanted posters for Natalia already, where he's offering a $10,000 reward. So the next character we meet, I'm just gonna show you.
I'm Millie, the lowly old waitress.
So for whatever reason, Millie is played by the film's director in terrible old age makeup. I'm pretty sure this whole bit is supposed to be funny, but all I could think about is how this character is more horrifying than any of the actual horror elements of this movie.
You'll always be my little maxi pad. On account of you always getting in the garbage and chewing on my used pads when I used to babysit you.
We also meet Alice's uncle Mike, who used to be the sheriff, but now he's a bounty hunter because his wife and daughter got killed somehow.
These murders have been so monstrous. Perhaps we should have been looking for a person all along, instead of a supernatural creature.
And Mike's girlfriend Bonnie, who is a DJ at the local radio station.
Can you talk about this on the air tonight?
Yeah, I can do that.
I didn't add that sound effect, by the way. That's actually part of the movie. Sheriff Max also has this grudge with Mike because everyone seems to love Mike and treats him like he's still the sheriff.
Anyone who loses their badge and decides to become a bounty hunter
Isn't reliable. Go on, you can say it, but it isn't true.
So Mike is back at his trailer, and he's watching TV, and this commercial comes on, featuring a character played by Ari Lehman. Now, if you don't know who that is, Ari is the first actor to play Jason Voorhees, in that, as a kid, he played the young Jason that pops out of the water to attack Alice at the end of the first Friday the 13th movie. Here, his character seems to be some sort of demon hunter.
You got demons, and I'm gonna come and clean up every last one of them.
Who advertises on TV.
Zombies, trolls, vampires, demons.
Like really long commercials.
And I thought you drowned.
Axe to the head, almost drowning. Don't make me laugh.
Wait, are they suggesting his character is actually Jason Voorhees?
Even a bitch with telekinetic powers couldn't defeat me.
I guess they are. So when you go to the IMDb page for this movie, there's a plot synopsis that was submitted by the director himself. Part of it reads, soon, the surviving townspeople, Ari Lehman, Friday the 13th, Charity Romer, Days of Our Lives, blah blah blah, realize that they must destroy the creature before it completes its Easter Holocaust and brings about the apocalypse. Which, to me, makes it sound like Ari is going to be one of the main characters in the movie, who sticks around to the end to help everyone in the town take out the Easter Bunny. Nope, he's just in this fake commercial. You never see him again after this. Also, I want to take a moment to note that the second name listed in that synopsis, Charity Romer from Days of Our Lives, also has no interaction with the main cast. She plays Karen's sister, who Karen randomly calls later in the movie in a scene that has no bearing on the plot.
Don't forget about your boyfriend being held captive in a giant cage by what's-her-name.
Yeah, well, and yet we all managed to survive the days that affected our lives.
We did.
So yeah, dick move, director Michael Leocenti, for getting my hopes up that I was finally going to get to see baby Jason Voorhees and, Belle Black from Days of Our Lives team up to fight the Easter Bunny. You know, that's all I ever wanted out of my life, and you took that dream from me and shattered it into a million pieces, you son of a bitch. This scene happens to end with a moment that somehow manages to feel bizarrely random even in this movie. Earlier, they show us Mike has this cat. Then, after the Jason commercial ends, this happens.
Not today, demon kitty.
And if you're thinking that special effect looked a little too nice for this movie, I went on YouTube and Googled green screen creature, and I'm not joking, literally the first video that comes up is this one. So Mike goes to visit Holly at the mental hospital because she's lost her mind.
Peter Cottontail, Peter Cottontail.
Holly.
Since her baby is still missing and her husband was brutally murdered by the Easter Bunny right in front of her. We've all been there, right?
Hibbity hobbity, he's coming!
But later, that creepy little girl Amy from earlier in the movie,
He is risen.
shows up and helps Holly escape. This security guard tries to stop them from escaping.
Stop right there, both of you!
And sweet little Amy just murders him in cold blood with her superpowers. This dude was just doing his job. I mean, yeah, pointing a gun at a little girl, I guess is a little excessive, but still. Then, Holly breaks out this mutant scream ability. That also just straight up unalives another security guard, which is kind of a dick move considering her husband was just killed and it traumatized her, and this poor doofus could have been somebody's husband. You're a piece of shit, Holly. There, I said it. So then, we meet the Wheeler family. The Wheelers are a group of inbred, Satan-worshipping, cannibal hillbillies. I would suggest that they're a Wish.com version of the Sawyer family from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but that would be an insult to Wish.com. You've got this mom.
I won't stand for no back talk.
You've got this dad.
You shut your mouth, girl. I'll give you something to cry about.
Their kids, Caleb.
You think I'm ready for those fancy picture shows or what?
And Charlie.
Mom said I get to play her after.
God damn it, Michael Leocenti. I just wanted to watch a movie about a demonic Easter bunny. Why are you subjecting me to this bullshit? I hate all these characters so much. They just suck all the enjoyment out of this dumb movie. It turns out these rednecks are controlling the Easter bunny with this magical box. So the rednecks have Holly's missing baby. They also have this random woman they kidnapped who is played by the same actress as Natalia for some reason, just with a different wig. Papa Wheeler then turns on the radio and DJ Bobby is on, and Papa Wheeler says this.
You want to come have dinner with old Pa Finn? I'm going to give me some dark meat, yeah.
All right, all my fans out there. This is Bobby Ryder signing off.
Wait, he's talking about Bobby? Is Bobby supposed to be black?
I mean, you're really direct on the air, and your people love that.
Okay. So Bobby is captured by the Easter Bunny and brought back to the Wheeler house. Her fingers are chopped off. And honestly, I don't care at this point because we're still not even an hour into the movie. There's another hour and 16 minutes left of this crap. Back at the diner, Alice and Sheriff Max get into this big fight.
I love you, but I will not be compared to your uncle. Folks around here might start thinking you two are screwing around.
And a little while later, Alice takes the garbage out to the dumpster behind the diner, and she catches her boyfriend.
Max? Max, is that you?
All right, this is great. This is really special.
Didn't you hear me calling you? I got scared.
With a lady of the night getting exhale employment? So meanwhile, Natalia somehow tracks the bunny down at the Wheeler's house, but Caleb sneaks up behind her and chloroforms her. Bobby and Natalia are then tied up and forced to have dinner with the Wheelers. And then the Easter Bunny shows up at dinner.
Or speak of the devil, look who just brought us dessert.
Meet my beautiful friend, baby.
And then Mama Wheeler informs Natalia that for some reason she's been chosen to mate with the Easter Bunny.
You mean somebody else who's gonna have you hitched up to a demon? Cause it's mating season.
I just wanted a spooky Easter Bunny movie. Why is that so hard? Meanwhile, the Easter Bunny goes on this big rampage at the diner. He kills Sheriff Max.
Oh my God, my arms!
He kills Millie. Thank God.
That's what I think of you and that box of Trix cereal that you're on.
I mean, I gotta give him points for creativity for using Fruit Loops as gore. He beats up an Amish stripper with her own leg. The Easter Bunny also kills the sheriff's hooker friend in a way I can't really talk about without getting this video age restricted. Let's just say she shoves a rubber replica of a certain male body part into the Easter Bunny's mouth, and he spits it back at her with enough force that it goes right through her head. Not gonna lie, if the movie had more bonker stuff like this and less of that Wheeler family crap, it probably would have a higher IMDb score than a 2.4. So, back to the Wheeler house. So back at the Wheeler house, Mama Wheeler explains that her daughter Ellie was impregnated by the devil, but died giving birth to the Easter Bunny, which they rescued out of a hunter's trap, and now the Easter Bunny is their family, and it kidnapped Holly's baby so it could be Mama Wheeler's new daughter. Yeah, okay. So when all the Wheelers leave the room, Natalia uses her powers to escape. I want you to pay close attention to this next scene, and I need to assure you, I did not edit this special effect into this. It would be very easy to watch this next scene and think, oh, a silly YouTuber just threw that in there as a joke. Nope, what you're about to see is an actual special effect in this movie. They sell this movie on DVD at Walmart for $20. Natalia then helps free the other random hostage girl, who's also played by the same actress, and Bobby. They kill Papa and Mama Wheeler, and then they kill Caleb. The random hostage girl gets killed by the Easter Bunny, then Easter Bunny kills Bobby. I could show you clips of all this, but I just want to get to the end. So the movie's ragtag collection of heroes gather at this house to take down the Easter Bunny.
Alright, let's get to it.
There's a whole plan where Natalia is going to focus her powers to open up a gate to hell, and then they'll force the Easter Bunny through it, and then they'll close the gate so he's stuck in hell.
You'll need to somehow focus all your powers to open the gate and force the creature back through.
I believe in you, baby. I've seen what you can do.
You got the government guy showing up.
Now where's the creature as promised?
I can explain. It's not what you think. It was all supposed to be part of the experiment. To use you to locate the creature. To give to them. The government. But
If you aren't here to help us get rid of that thing, then get the hell out of here.
So Natalia tries to open the gate, but she's not strong enough.
There's something wrong.
Then, the Easter Bunny shows up and just knocks her ass out. But Holly and creepy little Amy girl show up, and Amy uses her Stranger Things powers to open the portal door. And then we learn that she's Mike's missing daughter?
The chosen one.
She's my daughter. She's alive.
They share a sweet bonding moment.
That's real good, sweetheart. Just keep on doing what you're doing.
Before Mike is disemboweled by the Easter Bunny and forced to eat his own intestines. Holly joins the fight and tries to use her psychic screaming whatever it is. But the Easter Bunny just Pez dispensers her and rips out her tongue, which I'm guessing is just a slightly deformed Laffy Taffy. There's this guy from the radio station who... Then, the Easter Bunny just... craps the guy out, right onto the floor. That's gotta be the second grossest thing I've ever seen in a bunny-themed movie. The professor tries to do something with his special book, but the bunny... Okay, it's freaking hilarious to me that in a movie filled with characters wearing stupid Halloween wigs, they decided the kill that required a wig-based prosthetic should go to the character that wasn't wearing a wig the entire movie. Man Agent. You gotta respect how they double down on the terrible effects here. Like, not only do they have the obvious Halloween mask, but then they have this whole misaligned digital blood effect. So finally, creepy little Amy shoots some magic bullshit at the bunny, which forces him into this demon door. Then Natalia and Amy use their collective nonsense to close the door behind him. And everyone's all smiles.
you girls did it. You saved the whole town.
We did it.
I'm sorry, Amy. Congrats and all, kiddo, but your dad was just disemboweled and force-fed his own guts like minutes ago.
I reckon so.
His body is like 5 feet away from where this conversation is happening.
Just like a real family. How do you feel about kids?
If we're gonna be a family, I think we need to move out of this town.
I mean, maybe show some remorse, you little ghoul. So yeah, that's the movie. If you want to subject yourself to this, it's free to watch on YouTube and Tubi and a couple other places right now. If you're some sort of masochist, thanks for watching. And until next time, later, Danger Seekers.